crawl for Revenge of the Sith starts out, "War!" Exclamation point. That's why I keep coming back to here. I notice the beginning of this episode is going to be the same thing we saw at the end of the last episode. We're going to do a slow pan across the field and see Garb standing up there, at his high perch. Because, leaders standing by themselves up in a, really high tower. That's a very military thing, War. What it is we're doing it for. This is 267. We're going on one. 3, 2, 1. Look at him. Boss. He doesn't even need his sand pack. It's a desert. But it's special chakra sand, isn't it? You're losing game pieces. Uh-huh. He's trying different strategies, right? His whole aesthetic is pretty cool. He's got the hood, kind of looking like a early Voldemort. There's a lot of Voldemort parallels now that I think about it, and I'm pretty sure there's no crossover. Because I would bet anything the manga was written... When did Harry Potter come out? 96 or 98 to 2015? Something like that. Yeah, I want to say that there's just no crossover. It's possible Harry Potter came out before he wrote the manga, but I don't think so. Because maybe 2005 is when it ended. I know there were several years between each book. There were 7 books, and it started in the late 90s. So I'm not sure my math works out. But anyway, he's giving me a very Voldemort vibe. Voldemort is all about the snakes. He had the robe. His face transformed. He became less and less human looking. I don't know if we have a Horcrux parallel yet. Other than that, there's strong parallels, but I think it's a coincidence, which does happen. Not everything is people ripping each other off, Just mostly. What's in the box? He looks like a douchebag. It's a pretty good set, though. He's like every collector. He wants to collect them all. Just follow orders. And he's got a voice of a douchebag. I knew it. Look at his hair. Yeah. Yeah. Because F you. Yeah. I am mad at you. I wasn't sure. He lost the argument and just changed the subject. We call him Boss Man. This could be the start of a novel. You suddenly appear in a desert, you don't know where it happened. Slowly realize you died and were resurrected. Yeah, we're time travelers. Yeah, damn, touchy. I knew he was a douchebag. He just had douchebag energy. Nobody's hair is like that is not a douchebag. Yeah, see, I told you were a time traveler. Yep, you're closer. There he is, sending his eyeball out again. Don't tell me the douchebag is his father. I'm pretty sure this is Shikamaru. But I hesitate to say that out loud, lest I be scolded in the comments again. Well, let's go. His eyeball must have seen something. Yep. And you're going to see dead people. He just doesn't feel like his heart's in being a ninja. You're dead. Yeah, this is outrageous. Right. F that guy. Man, your arm would be so tired. It's called lactic acid. Lactic acid builds up, and that's what makes your muscles weary, and you got to move them. You know. But these guys are focused. They're ninja. They can do this for hours. It's very bubbly. I was wondering about this. They're going to Turtle Island. No? I thought the spikes coming up out of the... No, okay. That's not Turtle Island. You know what I meant, though. Like, it looked like the spikes that were coming out of Turtle Island. No, this is just anti-personnel obstructions they put on the beach. Yeah, oh shit. This would be blasphemy, man. Bring my father back to fight me? My brother? God forbid a son? Like if a son died before the parents. He's like, it can't be. Even though we've seen plenty of zombies brought back to life, right? Plenty of them. Huh. Yeah, shit. You need some heavy hitters in the battlefield, man. I disagree strongly. Dude, you need people out there kicking ass. Well, that's true. That's the hardest part, getting instant information. Hey, I like your interface. Right. Look at them. They puff of smoke. They're out of here. Right. Yep, they're kicking ass. They're really putting things in perspective. I like this. Yeah. Right. I'm with you so far. Right. Yep, you got Big Boy back there. Choji's father. Look at all this chaos, man. Okay. Yep. They're gonna get smacked around. So I should be on the battlefield. Well, yeah. I like the little lightning. Well, yeah. I mean, the other side gets behind you. You should overwhelm one side, is what he's saying. I don't think I necessarily agree. Right. Take him out. Interesting. Really? Okay. I don't know, man. Oh, man, somebody died. Jesus. Damn, another one died. That's not good. Huh. I I mean, either way, right? Like, if, say you start with B. It, that's not the part I have a problem with. A lot of grunting in this episode. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The position makes a this. I'd have no problem with this part. You sound awfully confident about that. You are up to something. You know the enemy, so I guess you're using the fact you know the enemy. I guess that makes sense. Right. I'm with him so far. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. I'm the only one who compliments my people. And it never happens. Good shit. So that's what she's doing. They actually got her doing shit on screen, which, like I said, was the only thing I had a problem with. I wanted to see her doing shit on screen, and now they are. So, of course, everybody's doing something right now, right? They've mobilized everybody. We never see him doing jack shit. He's out here ready to kick ass. When the village is being attacked, he was awesome, but then he got quickly knocked out, right? Well, don't be so overconfident. Yeah, big boy. Works in theory. Jesus Christ. Tearing that ass up, boy. they just never stop, man. Can't stop, won't stop. The enemy, I mean. They keep popping up, man. That's right, bug them out. What kind of bugs are those? They seem to be consuming the enemy. Now that I'm properly motivated. Hell yeah. He's got this shit wired. Yeah. Hey, I don't take notes. Yeah. Well, shit, this changes everything. And you'd just be floating around. They all have to, man. Like, the ghosts of the past are coming back for everybody. Whoever you can think of is probably back. Right. Yeah. But yeah, butt face. How dare you? They want to get him. They want to take him out. That's what I've been saying. You need a couple of heavy hitters out there. They ain't doing jack shit here. They're breaking it down. I like this. Yeah. Yeah. We're being puppeted. Yeah. You see this? Oh, wait a minute! I see an eyeball over there. The hell's that? Yeah, it should be smaller, man. It'd be less obvious if it's smaller. Okay, so couple things here. Okay, now you saw what I did a couple episodes ago. Like I have a problem distinguishing Shikamaru and Aruka's faces, right? Ponytails, similar face style. One has a scar, one doesn't. The scar should be the deciding factor. So I'll pay more attention to the scar. So we won't have this rather egregious misunderstanding. So then we come to this son of a bitch, who I've been assuming was Iraku this whole episode. He's got a ponytail. You can't really see it here. See, there's a ponytail back there, and he's got a scar, and he has that face. So I've been assuming this whole time that's Iraku until this moment.
Shikaku of the Leaf, if I may interject here.
What the hell did you just call him?
Shikaku of the Leaf, if I may interject here.
Motherfucker. There's a third one now. It clicked into place after he called him that this must be Shikamaru's father, right? Shikamaru's like tactical, strategic, he's got that brain. Well, apparently his father also has a big brain. So that makes sense. I just thought that was funny. The whole time I was like, now there's a third one. Now there's three people I gotta try to keep track of and differentiate. Can somebody get an effing hair color change or, something? A tattoo? A lip ring? Tongue stud? Something, man. Give me something, man. You're killing me. Alright, but anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about at the end here. Okay, so Big Boy says, now that it's come to this, I must rejoin the battle, right? And then Shikaka says, please reconsider. And then he goes into a 5 to 10 minute diatribe about his plan. And his plan is interesting. I have a couple issues with it. We'll get to that in a minute. But he's like, reconsider. And then he goes into his plan. And at no point in his plan did it involve this guy staying in this room. He's got a plan. Now, his point seems to be, which, it's weird. It's like, I want to have apple pie. It's like, we should get some yard work done. Well, I mean, the two things don't necessarily contradict each other, but maybe what the person is saying is like, we don't have time to eat apple pie right now. We need to go outside and get this work done before it rains or something. So you could be addressing what they're saying, but not really. You're not really answering why we don't have apple pie. It's like diagonal. You're answering in a diagonal fashion. This is kind of like that. As you go out there, please reconsider. Here's our plan. None of their plan involves him staying in this room. He can go out there, and he should go out there. You need your heavy hitters out there. You can't have your most powerful fighters sitting on their asses in a room. This is what I had a problem with the third Hokage. Back when the beginning of the series, he sat on his ass for too long. He could have turned the tide a lot sooner. But we won't relitigate that. Here it's like Shikake has this wired. He has a plan. and he can control the plan. He can adjust the plan from where he is. You don't need Big Boy for that. You know, the big hitter, and then the other old man decides to leave, and you know, that's cool, right? So, like, he never addressed why he wanted him to reconsider going out on the battlefield. I kept expecting him to say, you know, if you face a person, it'll be bad, or like, you know, they'll be able to trick you, or you'll get emotional. He's already an emotional guy. He probably shouldn't be out there for that reason. But they didn't say that. They said, here's our plan, and our plan has nothing to do with you staying in this room. That makes no sense. So that was weird. Now, let's go to the actual plan itself. Now, as it stands, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a bad plan. There's not like a fatal flaw in the plan, okay? So, it's not like, my God, you've completely left your left flank open or some shit. You know, there's nothing like that. So, it's not a bad plan. And they even got an adjustment, which makes sense. Like, maybe they'll go after Gar, so you should reinforce that area. That's even better, right? So, that's all good. But look at this map. Okay, what do you see here? You see you've got a narrow area pretty much covered on both sides. You got A and B. Those are the two flanks. In the middle, you've got the long orange line, so that's okay. You know, so basically, anybody who wants to go from the left side of the map to the right side of the map, they have to hit something, right? What do you see at the top and the bottom of the map? You see ocean, right? And then you see the coastline goes up and broadens out on both sides. So in other words, you have a narrow area that's going to get a lot bigger. The coastline increases exponentially. So you have a large coastline. We have people who can travel by water, and we have large numbers of enemies. So you're kind of like boxed in here in that you can have enemies who can come in from the water on both sides and hit the coast, get on land, and completely surround this area on the right side. They can hit both sides. This happened in Korea, by the way. You know, because you had like you have a landmass that kind of goes like this. It looks a little bit like India or something. I mean, you've seen Korea, but you have all this coastline. And so when they got pushed all the way down to the bottom, the North Koreans have pushed the South Koreans almost to the bottom of this landmass. They did amphibious assaults on both sides. And then they were able to cut them off, right? So that's the danger of having this kind of like landmass formation. You know, you've got coasts on both sides. If one side would be bad enough, you've got coasts on both sides. And we have people who can travel by water. And they have large, we got 100,000 people. So you can be encircled easily. So I don't know if this is the best place to make your stand. And I guess it's because it looks like there's to the left is somebody else's territory, and to the right is your territory. So I guess you want to make a stand right there at the border of your territory. We also have people that can travel by air. And doesn't seem like there's anything reserved to the right. The reserve is in the middle of this narrow landmass. You know, the orange line. I don't know that they have any reserves to the right. So like that. The other thing we don't know is what is the enemy's objective? What are they trying to accomplish? This is what the first thing you need to know in any battle. Any interaction, essentially. Like what does the other people want? If you know what they want, you know how to address the situation. This is why Littlefinger never let anybody know what he wanted. That's basic shit. You know, it's taught to me by my conman brother 40 years ago. If you know what somebody wants, and if you know what they're afraid of, you can manipulate any person on Earth. But you have to have those two pieces of information. It's critical. That's why you should never give up those pieces of information freely. Never tell anybody what you're afraid of, and never tell anybody what you want. Generally speaking, you know. Obviously, like, you know, I want to buy a house. I mean, nobody's going to use that against you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but we're talking about war here. What do they want? What is their objective? What are they trying to accomplish? If they want to take your capital city, for instance, you proceed accordingly. You defend the capital city. You're not worried about defending the farmlands over here. You're not worried about defending the holy city, you know, way up there to the north. You defend the capital city because the capital city is what they want. Do they want to capture your most powerful people? Well, then, you know, maybe that's what the objective is. Do we know what Toby's objective is here? What does he want? What is he trying to accomplish? Does he just want to destroy everybody? Does he want to wipe them out? Or is he trying to seize specific territory, or is he trying to seize specific people? Well, one thing we know for sure that he wants the last two-tailed beasts. Okay. He doesn't know where they are. He probably assumes they're in the capital city, the hideout, I guess, the headquarters, which they are inside the island. The last word he got was they were inside the Turtle Island. So shouldn't he be sending people there? That's one thing we know for sure he wants, but I don't think that's the only thing he wants. But see, this could all be a shadow play. All of this could just be to engage the enemy, keep him distracted, so he can capture the last two people. Because if he gets those last two beasts, he has enough power to take over the world, right? He makes a 10-tailed beast, and it's unbeatable, right? Like, he can do anything he wants with this creature using his power. So that's the only thing he wants. Everything should be in service of preventing that, and all they've done is they've tricked them into training by themselves with nobody supervising over here in the turtle, right? That feels like a fatal flaw. None of this that we're seeing right here in this plan achieves Toby's objective. The only known objective he has, right? So I think everybody's in play except for him. He's not on the battlefield. He may be personally looking for them himself. I don't think he's actually personally went after one of them before. He's going to go after two at once. That's going to be interesting. So I don't know. Like, that's the thing. The one thing you're missing here is you don't know what the enemy wants, other than the one thing we know. And maybe that's the only objective that matters. Because here's the thing: it's the checkmate, right? Like, if you get those two, nothing else matters. You could win every battle here on the battlefield, but Toby gets the two-tailed beast, the two people, it's over. You could lose everything here. You could lose all of this, but prevent Toby from getting the two of them, and you still have a chance. You see what I'm saying? So this matters, but it's not mission critical. That's the thing. And that's the thing I don't think he's taking into account. And the writer could be doing this intentionally because that's the end game, right? Like this, this is enough to distract people. You got the fireworks show that distracts everybody. Meanwhile, the real fight's happening over here. And I think what we're going to see in the next couple episodes is we're going to see somebody, maybe Toby himself or maybe some powerful people he has reincarnated, are going to attack Killer Bee and Naruto, trying to capture them. And that's going to be the key battle, right? Because they've been kind of sidelined for now, and that's not going to last. But yeah, so these are my thoughts on this. I didn't expect it to be this long, but here it is. Hey, I love this shit. I love the maps. I do war games, right? Especially back when they were tabletop war games. Did a lot of that. Did a lot of studying wars and stuff like that. And so this part is very fun to me, but I don't think it's critical to the narrative. I think this is all fireworks. You're distracting the populace, right?